So welcome everyone to our Good of the Whole Mentoring Stewards Coherence community call. And we're here in honor of the 7 days of rest and radiant diversity. And I'm Shelley Darling, and I'm here with co-founder Julie Kral, Dr. Julie Kral, and many of our mentoring stewards for Good of the Whole. And we're coming together to really honor, beginning today, this New Year's Day, honoring this pathway and practice into a celebration of all humanity as we're beginning this new year. The 7 Days of Rest is an annual event that is coming together to really hold the field of intention for this life-giving essence of diversity, the celebration of humanity, and this expansion of this embracement of what's showing up as the codes for healthy earth, understanding that we are coming together to really live for the good of the whole and for the healing and replenishment of the earth and all its inhabitants. So welcome everyone. And this morning as we began this call, we were part of a global silent minute, which is the opening ceremony for the 7 days of rest and radiant diversity. And I'm just going to take a moment to read this dedication to exploring and remembering the essential nature of life-enhancing diversity. And this global silent minute is beginning right now as we speak while we're on this call with Dot Maver, and with a wisdom offering and blessing with Euquala, and a message for the earth and humanity with Linda Tucker, who is the founder of the White Lion Trust. So here on this call, we're coming together for a celebration with the focus of the essence of radiant diversity. And today we're going to have this experience of really listening to the emergent field with the mentoring stewards here. And John Brockett has kindly brought us a beautiful opening for this call. And it's simply an opportunity to focus on building greater understanding of our culture, source, and wholeness, and drawing on the essence of radiant diversity. So as we do on our Monday calls, for those of you who are usually there, we have a public call every Monday. We're going to use this opportunity to open this evolutionary expression and insight with the support of cultivating living for the good of the whole, with the focus on radiant diversity this morning. So with that, John will open our call, and we'll just begin with what's moving in you when you think of and feel into this consciousness of radiant diversity. I opened the attunement this morning with the intention of holding Australia and all the fires that are happening there, this unbelievable torrent of movement of the fires and people moving to the beaches, and it's just a pretty intense thing that happened similar to California. So again, we're just holding all elementals and plants and animals, and as part of that diversity. So with that, I pass this beautiful talking stick over to John, and we'll just open our call.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. And if we would just take a moment and take a couple breaths and relax as I offer this to you. Radiant diversity. Each one of us is a perfect reflection of the one life-giving force of the universe. Each of us, along with all creatures, large and small, radiate rays of light, shining and bright. Each brilliant ray of light reflects a different and glorious variation of the love being offered by the one source of all life. As we recognize and welcome each and every radiant and diverse ray of light, we reflect that love back to its origin, allowing the source of all life to know itself, completing the circle of life. As we open our hearts to the radiant diversity of life on earth, we find our true self, our true path, and we are gifted with the essence and capacity to co-create for the good of the whole. And I pass and open up for our full community.
And I'd like to begin by just opening the pathway with Julie, with you, if you would like to just bring forth this broader understanding of radiant diversity and the 7 days of rest. And yeah, just bringing your voice into the field as we open this morning.
Right in front of me on this desk, since I've been using it, is the Codes for Healthy Earth. And so I think I'll springboard off of just the declaration. It's just 3 short paragraphs because it's so beautiful, and I could listen to this over and over and over. So, we, citizens of Earth, unite in love and concern for our planetary home and all its inhabitants. We come together as one humanity across national, cultural, and ideological boundaries to restore the well-being of all life on Earth. We recognize that our personal, collective, and planetary health are all interconnected and interdependent. For humanity to thrive, the entire planetary ecosystem must thrive. We affirm that the only legitimate purpose of governance is to protect and cultivate the health and vitality of the planet and all its inhabitants for generations to come. Therefore, we, citizens of Earth, pledge to self-organize for immediate and resilient global action. We commit to working together with grassroots movements, indigenous peoples, non-governmental organizations, faith-based communities, local, national, and international governing bodies, businesses, and financial institutions. And then it says to do what, and spells that out. So here we are, united. And that was a beautiful reading, John. Thank you. I think of, as I add my voice, like there's no more to add after you read through the Codes of Healthy Earth, really. But I've really been in a place of a deep inquiry into radiant diversity and what that means. And as I was preparing for a call that I'm going to do on Monday, recording with Jewish, Muslim, and Christian community members who are sharing space and working together, I would remember several decades ago as a young therapist asking, why do we have so many different personalities? I went out in the hot tub one time and I was talking to the universe and looking up in the stars, and was really in the middle of radiant diversity that day. I had just seen a client who, she was a physician, and she was an INJP, INFJ, and she had like this, in Myers-Briggs, it's just a personality style, but the crux of it was she was this introvert that had a video camera memory. She could tell you what was happening 30 years ago on January 1st or on July 28th, or she just had this incredibly intense memory, and her husband didn't. And so as I was pondering personality. It's easy to see our ecosystem and say, oh, we need the bees because they not only pollinate and help propagate health and vitality in our ecosystem, and we need the water, we need the soil, and oh, why do we need the black bears and why do we need the white lions? We could see this ecosystem in all of creation working together, but what about us as humans? Why can't we get that? And so, sitting in the hot tub 30 years ago, asking about humanity, why do we have different religions? Why do we have different nationalities? Why do we have different cultures? Why do we have different personalities? It was as if the stars began to connect and create this picture of wholeness in the sky at that time. It was like the puzzle was put together and that every last piece of that puzzle needed to come in or it was incomplete. And that's what was shown to me in the sky at that moment, that these pieces of these people that were so extreme in their personality, the whole wasn't complete until they were plugged in. And I just want to leave us with this reflection of radical acceptance of the radiant diversity. Because it's easy for us to say, yes, I love the butterfly, and yes, that asparagus plant is awesome. But what about the other that we keep othering? And not to say we're one, we're all one. Unity, it's not about sameness. It really is about radical acceptance of my beautiful biracial grandbaby who's adorable at the same time as my amazing brother-in-law who's in a wheelchair and can't move anything but his mouth, as the same as the Muslim in fear, cowering after the shootings. Radical acceptance is really looking at all diversity in a way of it's purposeful, it's valuable. It goes to our vision statement with Good of the Whole, that we envision a world where every individual feels valued, connected, and whole, regardless of their religion, regardless of their nationality, regardless of their culture, regardless of their gender identity, regardless. So radical acceptance of radiant diversity. And with that, I return the talking stick. And let me just add radical love. We're all about love, and I'm seeing all those beautiful hearts behind grace. Radical love and acceptance. I'm complete.
So for those of you that just joined us, welcome, and you're welcome to participate as you feel inspired. Just take yourself off mute and inviting everyone to speak whatever, around 2 minutes, and we'll just keep building this coherent field together with that radical acceptance and love.
I'll piggyback on that, Julie. That was very well said. I've been looking at our socio-cultural fabric for many, many years and looking at my own prejudices and my own biases and my own defense mechanisms and what has kept me from full acceptance. And as I look around and I talk with people that have different political views and different religious views, I really have been working on seeing the radiant diversity that the one singularity love coming to all of us equally shines inside, no matter what the persuasion, no matter what the condition, no matter what the political affiliation, no matter what race, creed, color, or anything. That radiant light is equally shining with each of us. So as I open my heart to that love within inside myself, it becomes easier for me to see that love in every other diverse reflection of that one love. And that's what my heart and my soul wants to communicate with. Not the difference that is the outward expression, but the love and the radiance that shines from within each of us. And therefore, also honoring the place that each one of us holds, no matter where we are holding in the larger fabric. Being somewhat of a builder, I cannot put the finishing touches on a beautiful house without having that foundation, without having the sticks that build the form before the beauty goes on top. Those that hold our foundation, whatever that is, for them, let us honor those where they are in the moment and find the radiant love within them. And then we see that the diversity is absolutely essential and important for the good of the whole. And just as Julie, you were talking about the stars in the sky and the completion, it's a perfect metaphor for each one of us reflecting that light back to the resonant field in the love. We are stars coming into the wholeness. And my prayer is for in 2020 that we have clear vision, 2020, to see that radiance coming from everyone that we meet and everything that we meet, and support that reflection back to the whole. That's good. Thank you.
Good morning, all. This is Kate, and I'm actually in beautiful Oriana and Randall's home today as I listen to your words, and I thank you all. It's like the expression, Shelley, your 7 days of rest meditation today. I hear us talk about embodied wholeness, but boy, did I feel it. I felt the ambassador of love speaking to us all, and felt the potentiality of healing when we all embrace. And you know, that just that stark reality of I don't even know what the number you said. 4 million animals have died in Australia alone in the recent fires. We're doing so much to squelch the diversity when we express, all of us, how, you know, I worked as a nurse, and so you didn't get, sometimes, you know, you have that natural feeling where you're just drawn to someone. Well, as a nurse, you take care of everyone. It doesn't matter, you know, if they're in your bed. But you discover that if you can give the person the time, the expression, you realize there's some unique beauty in everyone that is just so remarkable. I just had to let you know I've kind of been on traveling, but listening by remote, and really appreciating what you said. Shared widely the 7 days of rest meditation this morning, because I feel that we're onto something. And I could carry on because my partner Mark, he's not a John Brockett, he's not a Henry, he's not that. I guess sometimes I think that the quintessential man, the man who raises the bar, is standing before me in Randall. You know, it's always standing before me in someone else. But then you recognize that there's just even Mark, it's like sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, do you have to interrupt? Do you have to throw the silly quip in now? But he's so loving and well-meaning that everybody loves him at the end of it all. And you watch people move beyond judgment and begin to, oh, where you been hiding, Mark? Well, I've been hiding him because, I can't help being this quippy little thing. And not hiding him, but you know where I'm coming from. And so with that, I thank you for listening to a few random thoughts here from Tucson, and I will pass the talking feather. I'm so honored to be in the presence of this, a couple who I feel like live this embodied wholeness. This is actually the last card I sent to them. It's sitting here before my eyes. As I said, it's just a beautiful world, isn't it? And the more we know and the deeper we go, the more beautiful it gets. I'm loving you all, and I'll pass it to talking feather. Thank you for listening.
Morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Grace from Kentucky. And my heart right now, just so much hope. It just feels so big and so wide right now. Listening with Shelley, the meditation, 10:30, and listening to you, Julie, and to everyone here on this call. It just seems like there's so much hope and love out there. And we did a big breath here in Lexington last night. We were all breathing as one. And I thought, oh, just imagine the whole world could feel this oneness in the breath. That it would be so much more healthier and vibrant. So just sending that love from my heart to your all's heart out to all the hearts, that we do learn to breathe together. We do learn to take care of this planet together, and we do learn to love and respect each other no matter what we look like. So send you all love.
This is Shelley, and what's coming to me in the moment is just this, that we're all children of the earth. We're all, there's children of the sea, children of the air, and moving in this great, vibrant force. And I love what's being shared so much depth and heart and sense of mission, really. And as Julie was sharing, I was feeling, as hearing radical responsibility, that ability to radically show up in ways that we've been talking about outside the box, in ways that we might not have shown up ever before. And I feel like this week and this 7 days of rest and this opportunity right here is, and I love the word springboard, because I sense that is exactly what's happening. We're springboarding into this sort of grandeur of life. And, I can feel like the dance is happening all over, these pockets of small groups coming together, that Barbara Marx Hubbard at some point envisioned, islands of coherence and I feel like that is really what's happening, and I just want to honor that, and also gratitude for this capacity of presence that's happening within each and every one of us. I see it every single day, and really holding space for this. What I feel is definitely we're at this choice point, you know, and especially how perfect this beginning of this new year, 2020, this moving into this clarity of vision, and I'm holding in my hand this rose quartz egg, you know, that this force of love is really reaching each and every person to let them know that they are connected, whole, and valued, and that they find that safety that they're looking for, that I find that safety that I'm looking for within each one of you. So thank you. And I pass the virtual global talking stick.
Good morning and Happy New Year to all. My feeling since I've been sitting here is that we are living the dream that we dreamed of. This is it. I remember 98, I was being trained as a seminar leader in Landmark with Warner Earhart. We were in New York and envisioning, creating the vision and all the principles of what needs, practices that needs to be done for the 2020. My daughter was 18 years old and I was kind of doing the calculation, oh, in 2020, you would be 40, I would be 72. And as I woke up this morning, I said, this is what I wanted to experience. This awakening at these so many people, communities, and I being grateful for being still here, to have this experience. I have, is not having this deep knowing that is getting better. It's getting better in every moment of that, regardless of how it would look like. It's like how would be that expression of the other one within my family, with the disaster or dismantling of what is falling apart for the new to come up. It is all what we have collectively dreamed of, and we said yes. I don't know if you can see the dream here, or has to be the other way around, I don't know. No? Yes? You can see it now? This is the dream of the heart. That it's been light and we've been so committed and intimate with that. And this brought us together. This is it. I mean, having all of you as a reflection of me. Could you dream better than this? Thank you. I love you.
Good morning. This is Henry, taking this moment to share in this coming together as we join together in the resting place, which is also a place of resonance. We experience the truth, the vital truth of the interconnectedness of all of life here in this moment, in this space, in this dance. And I just connected with a book that was written about the founder of a community that I was a part of in the 90s. And so there's so many kind of beautiful lessons that he expresses. And one is of seeing or understanding daily life as our teacher. So opening to the teaching, opening to the lesson of the diversity, of the beauty, of the goodness, of the truth in each expression of life, of creation. So, and seeing and being able to cultivate the ability to open to the miracle in each breath, of each breath, the miracle in each moment, and how we help to kind of co-create with the opportunities and the lessons of our daily lives, where we see that when we are in this place of presence, in the place of rest, of opening to that miracle, that beauty that can emerge, that we invite here this morning. And such a beautiful way to begin a new year is to take time in rest, to connect, to return to that place of resonance. And I guess it's also another R word of reverence, which is learning to cultivate, or for me, cultivate the ability to honor and celebrate each expression, each person's expression, and creating space for that, because it is a muscle that we can and do cultivate. So I thank you all. I thank you, Shelley and Julie and John, everyone, for bringing your presence here, because I feel that it magnifies, it helps to magnify and to reflect back and to mirror the larger possibility within me and each of us and each person. And I feel complete.
So for those that have just joined us, Glenn and Oriana and Adi, we just invite you to come off of mute and show yourself and share your inspiration around the experience and essence of radiant diversity and how that's showing up in your life. That's possible, or we'll hold you in the space as well.
All right, we're sitting here laughing away. I guess we better go.
I don't talk or have Zoom cards outside the gallery.
So I brought my Zoom cards. That was probably backwards, but it says, "You're ready, take off." So, new year, new decade, we're ready. We're going to take off here and fly like angels and bring in something amazing and wonderful into this new year. And yeah, so Randall has a bit of an offering. A bit of an offering treat for us today, as we were dancing the night away, bringing in the new year with friends, and up way past my bedtime. So I'm still waking up. Okay, we're waiting. To the diversity of our Native American allies, the Navajo, the Apache, in this area, the Cree in Canada. Thank you, darling. So, a happy new year to you all, a happy new decade to us all. And yesterday we had an experience of being on a call with Heinz and with our dear beloved Adriana in New Zealand, where on New Year's Eve, it was already New Year's Day in New Zealand. And we could feel this wrapping our arms around the world and really going through that time portal to where we shared not a dimension of space, but a dimension of time, where we coexisted in that moment on two sides of a decade, a new era, a new existence coming into being. Anew in that moment that she was really saying, wow, it's wonderful. I stepped into this new year and it's absolutely, I could feel the energy of something brand new that just shifted. And so we really held that last night as we entered this new decade and brought, instead of the ball dropping, we were bringing that ball up and saying, yes, let's play. And play we did. We danced the night away to boogie nights. So thank you all, and just really delighted to be here with you and sharing this moment in time. Thank you. And to my beloved Kate, who came to visit. We're not going to let her go home.
Hopefully I'll come to your place soon. No, just kidding.
Okay, all. Bye-bye.
This is Julie. I just want to drop this in the silence here of bringing in that new era inspired me as I was looking at our screen of perhaps how not diverse we are. We are not.
Kelly, you're muted.
We're not that diverse. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. That perhaps the challenge for the new era will be for us to reach out and sprinkle this beautiful tapestry with more radiant diversity. So I'm going to feel that call, and let's all do that. Let's look around and what do we need to make ourselves more whole in the coming year. Let's reach out to some of those who we might not have to fill those pieces of the puzzle. Cultural. religious, nationalities, politically. Let's do that. Here's the challenge. I'm complete.
When I am present to in hearing, reaching out to complete this, I have recently, in some interaction with individually with Henry, been aware of the gift that he's carrying. And I am contemplating maybe one of the way to reach out would be, and somehow we started that a while ago, to have Henry to interview each one of us in the tapestry of the whole that we are, for the lessons that we have learned, the wisdom that it has been opened up, the richness that we live, sharing our own life lessons, being who we are. He's the greatest, one of greatest experiences that I have had, that he has this ability to bring out of you in the verbal, in languaging, that essence, that the gift, the uniqueness that each one of us are, and through the good of the whole, just putting it out there, and let's reach people, but what they are looking for, to what we've been talking about, this mentoring stewards, to be able to find whatever suits them, meet the needs. So I actually having a conversation with Henry. I mean, all of a sudden I saw that he's on TV interviewing, and I said, okay, I want to be the prototype. I want to be the one who do that with you. So this is the embrace of the diversity, of the uniqueness that we are. And we each have that for one another, not only for out. We all have that piece for one another. And obviously when we are ready, we would embrace that. I am complete. Thank you for that.
So I'll pick up the talking stick on that, and really that's the essence of this experience, that we come here every Wednesday and have the opportunity to be part of 7 days of rest, that it's really uplifting and linking and creating a vibrant frequency, because ultimately that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this frequency of love, this frequency of radical acceptance, this frequency that lives within us and inside of, in regards to how we speak about it in this growing language within Good to the Whole, is this home frequency is getting stronger. And so it's interconnecting us with each other. It's uplifting us. It's giving us, Good to the Whole is really here as a docking station for that enlivening, that possibility of this fullest expression of who we are in connection and in collaboration and in cooperation with each other. And that's really what we're building here. So thank you for sharing that. And, I just feel that want to just take a few moments to weave these threads and this opportunity that coming together as we call here, mentoring and co-mentoring each other, honoring the fullness and wholeness of who we are and who we be. And I feel like the 7 days of rest is this opportunity to, as Henry was sharing, and each one of us, this celebration of our humanity within this experience of being able to not experience pressure to perform, but be able to sit encompassed in this experience of this radiant life force that lives within every being to express itself. And I'm just feeling really grateful for, this experience. Like for me, it's really, it is this movement forward without pressure. In New Zealand, in the Maori language, there are 3 words, and it's called matewa, matewa. And it's how to be in that river of life without that experience of being pushed or pulled. It's to have that presencing within the pause, that we can actually sit in that radiant life force that we hold within our diversity in our own beings. So yes, we're very aware that, we were talking about it last night here in Colorado at a Japanese restaurant, how in Colorado it's not so diverse. It's a certain culture that seems to live here in Boulder, and yet at the same time, the magic of connecting, going to doing some Cuban dancing or going to a Japanese restaurant and bringing your love. Or the other night we went to this sushi restaurant, and there was this guy, and he was chopping up and creating all this nori rolls, and finding that place of connection where that voice of wholeness could come forth, that voice of love, and infuse it in even the person who's chopping and not even thinking about putting love into that food. So I feel like this is an opportunity as we're coming forward. And, I want to just end a few minutes early here. Usually it's definitely an hour, and we get together and we really build this field and look at how we can manifest these ideas that are coming through us now, cultivate these ideas through our connection with each other. I just want to say that I'm excited about this month, this next few days, because you can go to 7daysofrest.org and really plug into the different experiences that are happening, allow that to deepen and then, like within Good of the Whole, bring it back to us. Share those insights and information. And so I want to end a little bit early here so that, Loving Waters is going to put forth a premiere video, water as a source of all diversity, because without water, there is no diversity. Without water, there is no life. And then Nahid and I believe Henry are going to offer tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern, the Divine Invitation, an invitation to experience and follow the longing of the heart. So there's so many opportunities. Julie's doing some videos. Many of our mentoring stewards are offering Oriana tomorrow, and evolutionary and teleki. These are just amazing things that are popping up. And we're really building this field to bring forth, as Henry was expressing and all of us express, this frequency of resonance, this heart that is at the hub of every experience. And when that heart is at the hub, there is this evolutionary consciousness that expands and envelops and brings us to those ones that are ready to experience their embodied expression of wholeness. So I just want to really thank everyone here this morning. I see Glenn. Maybe he wants to jump in. I don't know. So if you do, we'll take a few extra minutes and just invite you to go to the 7 days of rest and stay attuned to the calendar. And also just listen, in terms of our daily heart resonant expression, all you have to do is go to Good of the Whole Facebook page, the one that has the icon on it, not the community, but the one that has the icon on it. That's all you have to do. Just show up there at like 7:30, 7:29 Pacific time. That would be 10:30 Eastern time, and so forth, to just be a part of that morning experience that opens the day, and then let yourself be guided by this radical love that's moving us into this field of coherence and greater capacity and presence. So with that, I'll just see if Glenn wants anyone who hasn't shared to just pop on. Glenn, you want to pop on?
Well, aloha, everyone. And, for this call, it's been dark 30 over here in Kauai. So you're seeing the sunrise on the first of the new year is right behind me there, yes? So, I have thought driving down to the beach as I've listened to the call that Barbara Hubbard came to mind. And she, the voice I heard her say, what, 7 days of rest? Are you kidding? We got work to do. Who's got time to rest? So it's like, oh man, we've got so much going on, and so many different initiatives and inspirations and collaborations. And man, this 2020 is just, I think, opening up to be a year of just, I don't know, just kicking butt for ourselves, for humanity, for the planet. And it's like, I'm just really have a lot of gratitude to be doing it with all you guys. And, we've got our team here that's just really on it and doing everything we can to make our difference in the world. And I just appreciate, I appreciate myself, and I appreciate all of you as we're just figuring it out and going for it. Every moment to moment to moment. So, what a great group to be part of. And again, you get to see this the sunrise emerging over here. So it's like the light is dawning for new beginnings and onward. So again, thanks everybody, and let's rock and roll this shit. With that, I'll be complete.
Thank you, Glenn. And Glenn is, we'll have a premiere video with Glenn, the Ohana Legacy Foundation. Amazing information about really bringing forth perpetual communities in low-cost housing. So you want to see that. Grace is offering the Global Heart Team Love Bubble is coming up. If you haven't been receiving the email, please go on and sign in at Good of the Whole. And so we've got lots of wonderful. Julie's going to be doing the Tri-Faith Communities on day 7. So stay attuned, stay connected, and we love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And please go on to Good of the Whole Facebook page and share these experiences. Share them with your groups, your pages. Support this vision of 2020 with the 7 days of rest and radiant diversity. So blessings to you all. Pop on Loving Waters Facebook page and you'll get that experience of the continuation of what we're seeing in Glenn's little quilt piece, the ocean of our love. So blessings, everyone. We'll keep playing together. Bye for now.